Good evening and welcome to this special edition of our show. Today, we are going to take a journey through time and across borders to explore the evolution of human rights and the differences and challenges that exist globally. Human rights are not a new concept. They have been a part of human society for thousands of years. But it was only in the 20th century that the modern concept of human rights was established. Let's take a look at the key milestones in the evolution of human rights. 1. The concept of human rights can be traced back to ancient civilizations, such as Greece and Rome, where the idea of individual freedoms was recognized and protected. 2. The Enlightenment era, in the 17th and 18th centuries, marked a turning point in the history of human rights. As philosophers such as Jean-Jacques and Jean-Jacques Rousseau advanced the idea of natural rights, which are inherent to all people. 3. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, adopted by the United Nations in 1948, was a major milestone in the modern history of human rights. This document established a comprehensive set of rights and freedoms that should be protected and respected by all nations. 4. The Civil Rights Movement in the United States, led by figures such as Martin Luther King Jr., was a critical moment in the history of human rights, as it challenged the systemic discrimination and inequality that existed at the time. 5. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the subsequent collapse of the Soviet Union marked the end of the Cold War and the beginning of a new era of human rights, as people in many countries around the world were able to express their views and participate in the political process in new ways. Despite the progress that has been made in the recognition and protection of human rights, there are still many issues that exist both historically and in contemporary times. From discrimination and inequality to genocide and war, human rights continue to be violated on a daily basis. 1. Discrimination based on race, gender, religion, sexual orientation, and other factors continues to be a major human rights issue around the world. This can result in unequal access to education, employment, housing, and other opportunities. 2. Violence and war continue to be major threats to human rights, as civilians are often caught in the crossfire and subjected to atrocities such as forced displacement, sexual violence, and torture. 3. The rights of refugees and migrants are often violated, as they face discrimination and mistreatment in their host countries and are often unable to access basic services such as healthcare and education. 4. The rights of indigenous peoples, including the right to self-determination and the protection of their cultural and ancestral lands, continue to be violated in many countries. 5. The rights of children, including the right to education, protection from exploitation and abuse, and the right to participate in decisions that affect their lives, are violated in many countries. While the concept of human rights is universal, the implementation and enforcement of these rights vary greatly from one country to another. In some countries, human rights are enshrined in law and respected by the government and the citizens, while in others, they are ignored or actively suppressed. 1. In countries with authoritarian regimes, human rights are often suppressed, and those who speak out against the government are subjected to repression, imprisonment, or even torture. 2. In some countries, corruption and a lack of political will are major challenges to the protection of human rights, as government officials prioritize their own interests over the well-being of their citizens. 3. Economic inequality is a major challenge to the protection of human rights, as people living in poverty are often unable to access basic services and are more vulnerable to exploitation and abuse. 4. Cultural differences also play a role in the implementation of human rights, as some societies may have different norms and values that conflict with internationally recognized human rights standards. 5. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the importance of human rights and the challenges that exist in protecting them. From unequal access to healthcare to the infringement of civil liberties through lockdowns, the pandemic has exposed disparities in the implementation of human rights across the world. The journey of human rights has been long and difficult, but it is one that continues to this day. As we reflect on the progress that has been made and the challenges that remain, let us commit to working together to ensure that human rights are respected and protected for all people, everywhere. Thank you for joining us on this journey to explore the evolution of human rights and the differences and challenges that exist globally. We hope you found this program to be informative and thought-provoking. Until next time, good night.